Hi everyone, this is your math guru. In this video, I'm going to show you how to factorize the following trinomials. In the first example, we have x squared plus 8x plus 15. To determine the factors to use, the first check is to note that the coefficient of x squared is 1. If the coefficient of x squared is 1, then we go to the last term. The last term is positive 15. Now we need factors of 15 that will give us the middle number or the middle term, which is positive 8x. So what happens is, if the third term of the trinomial is positive, and in this case we have positive 15, then we use the sum of the factors of the third term to give us the middle number. What I mean is, I'm looking for factors of 15. I have 1 times 15, that will give us 15, and then I have 3 times 5, or 5 times 3, will also give us 15. For each one, we need to test which of these will give us positive 8, that's the term in the middle. Like I said earlier, because the term is positive, we use the sum of the factors of the third term. So what I mean by sum is, because I have positive 15, I'm going to use the sum of the factors. That's 1 plus 15, that's 16. And then I have 3, positive 3 plus positive 5, that will give us positive what? 8, which is the value I'm looking for in the middle. So therefore, to factorize, we start by opening up our two brackets. Factors of x squared, that's the first term, is x times x. We split it up in the two brackets. Now, because we have plus 15, and we've been able to establish that plus 3 and plus 5 will give us plus 8. Those are the factors of 15 that will give us the middle number. Then the value in the bracket will be a plus 3 and a plus 5. If we fall or we expand, we are going to get the original trinomial, x squared plus 8x plus 15. We can give it a quick try. If we fall or we expand, we have all the terms in the first bracket multiplying all the terms in the second bracket, as shown with my arrows. So I have x times x, that's x squared, x times 5 plus 5x, 3 times x, that's plus 3x, and then I have 3 times 5 plus 15. If I simplify, I have x squared plus 5x plus 3x, that's 8x, plus 15, which is the value we started with. That's x squared plus 8x plus 15. Let's look at the second example. In the second example, we have x squared minus 8x plus 15. The first check, the coefficient of x squared is 1, so we can move ahead to the last term, which is plus 15. We need to find the factors of 15 that when multiplied together will give us 15, but when put together, added together, it's going to give us negative 8x. So I start by finding the factors of 15. That will be 1 times 5, or 1 times 15, and then I have 3 times 5, that will also give us 15. Then I'm going to try the negative, because I have a negative 8 in the middle. If I add 1 plus 15, that will give us positive 15. That doesn't give us negative 8. If I add plus 3 plus 5, that will still give us positive 15. However, I'm going to correct that. If I add plus 3 and plus 5, that will give me plus 8. Plus 3 times plus 5 will give me positive 15, but it doesn't give me a negative 8. So the next step is to change the signs to see that which will give me negative 8. I'm going to try minus 3 times minus 5. If you look at minus 3 times minus 5, that will give me a positive 15, because negative times negative is positive. However, if I add minus 3 and minus 5, that says if I have minus 3 plus minus 5, what I'm going to have is minus 3 minus 5, which is minus 8 or negative 8, which is the value I have in the middle. So therefore, the factors I'm going to use will be minus 3 minus 5. So if I go back to factorize, I start by opening my two brackets. The factors of x squared, that's x times x, I'm going to split that up in the two brackets. And then if I go back to the values I'm using, the factors are negative 3, negative 5. And if we FOIL and expand my binomials, I'm going to get my trinomial x squared minus 8x plus 15. Let's look at the last example. In the last example, I have x squared minus 5x minus 24. The coefficient of x squared is 1, so I go to my last term. In this case, I have negative 24. So if I have negative 24, I need factors that if I multiply together will give me negative 24, but if I add together or subtract will give me negative 5. So factors of 24, I have 1 times 24. Note that the last term is a negative number, that's my constant, and if I have a negative number as my constant, then we use the difference between the factors. In the first two examples, you can see that I have positive 15, so therefore I was adding the factors. But because in this case, the last term or my constant is a negative number, I'm going to use the difference between the factors. So going back to my factors, I have 24 minus 1 will give me 23, so I can't use 1 and 24. I'm going to try 2 and 12. 2 and 12, 2 times 12 will give me 24. However, 12 minus 2 will give me 10, which is what negative, I'm looking for 5 for my difference. Then I'm going to try 3 and 8. 8 minus 3 will give me 5. That looks like what I'm going to use, but I'm going to try the last factor, which is 6 and 4. So if I have 4 times 6, I have 6 minus 4 will give me 2, which is not 5. So the factors I'm going to use will be 3 and 8. However, in order to get negative 5, the bigger factor is going to carry the negative sign. So what that means is if I have negative 8 times positive 3, that will give me negative 24. However, if I put them together, I have negative 8 plus a positive 3, that will give me negative 5. So the factors I'm using will be negative 8 and positive 3. So if I factorize my trinomial x squared minus 5x minus 24, what I will have is the factors of x squared, that's x times x. Then I'm going to use negative 8 and positive 3. And if you expand or you FOIL, you're going to get back our trinomial x squared minus 5x minus 24. Thanks for watching. Bye.